Hello everyone. I think we'll begin in just a minute or two. Since everyone is joining. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Frappe webinar. I am Palkan from the marketing team, and today we have Sakif Ansari with us, who will show us all about Frappe Insights. So before we move ahead, let me tell you a bit about Sakif and how we got Frappe Insights. So Sakif has been at Frappe since 3 years now, firefighting issues. He's the lead engineer currently. And last December, he was itching to work on something more fun and challenging. And that's when he started working on a side project, which was to improve the current report builder of the Frappe framework. So when he went ahead and had a discussion with Rishabh, as always, Rishabh came up with a lot of ideas for new products. And one of the ideas which interested Sakib particularly was the BI tool. And that's how we have Frappe Insights today. So before I hand over to Sakib, just some ground rules. The questions we will leave to the end. We'll open the floor for all your questions at the end, and Sakib will answer them. Uh, yeah, so yeah, that's all. Thank you, and over to Sakib.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Palkan. Hello. Thanks for joining this webinar. I was overwhelmed by seeing how many registrations we had. Mm, so, yeah, so I wanted to switch to wanted to develop a new product, switching from ERPNext. So BI tool was seemed a good option because majority of our customers are using, like all of our customers are using ERPNext. So, and there is a very dire need for an analysis tool which can seamlessly integrate with ERPNext. So that's how uh, uh, Frappe Insights came to be. So let me share my screen and I will start the presentation. Uh, mm, okay, can you see the keynote? Okay, right.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
there is this. Okay, fine. This can stay. Yeah, I we got over the introductions. So let me begin with the outline of this presentation. I will directly start with the live demo, explaining all the terminologies, features, like building basic reports. I will give you an overview of the data, existing data. Then after the demo, I will summarize the features and go over the uh, extra features that we have. Like I won't be able to cover everything, but then we will go over the setting up process for self-hosted and ERPNext users. Then I will share our experience using Frappe Insights and future plans, and then question answers. So let's start with the live demo. Uh, Let me switch to my Insights instance. So should I hide this? Okay. So this is Frappe Insights. Once you go over all the setup and installation process, you will see this screen. Here you will have a list of dashboards. Once you install, you won't have any because you haven't created. So dashboards are a list of charts, basically. I think all of you must be familiar with dashboards. So in Insights, there is a concept of, there is a thing called data sources, and here you have a bunch of databases. So basically, these are, you can consider them as sites. As you can see, I have connected my ERPNext instance called bold by ERPNext.com. Then there is a demo data. This is just you get after installation. Uh, and then there are several others, but you don't need to know them right now. Uh, so data sources, yeah, they you can connect as many as you want. Right now, only MariaDB and uh, so these are some technical stuff, but MariaDB is the database used by ERPNext. So you can connect any ERPNext instance with this. In our Frappe.io Insights instance, we have like 7 or 8 sites connected using data sources. So yeah, continuing with the demo. So I have an ERPNext instance called Bold Bikes, ERPNext.com. So this site has, so this company produces, manufactures bikes, uh, and so there are categories like you have these many categories, racing bikes, etc. And the products are uh, have some item codes, and which is then linked to sales orders. Like sales orders are created then sold by some partner IDs. So there is a lot of analysis that can be done using this data. So data source, here you can come and browse through what you have. I'm just showing like if you anytime get confused like what data I have, you can come here and explore. So I will move on to queries. So queries are uh, a way to answer your questions or do analysis on your data. So let me give you an example. Like the data we saw just now, there are sales orders. So simple analysis you can do is check month wise how much uh, sales are you doing, right? So I will try to answer that question using a query, and then so to create a query, you will select a data source. You have a bunch of them, as many as you have connected. Then tables. So these tables are uh, something similar to doc types. So every doc type has a table in the database. So those are those you will be getting here if you have connected your ERPNext instance. So I will for this I will select sales orders and then give it a title: total sales by month. So this is the query builder. There are 3 horizontal panels and 1 vertical. If you execute this, you will just get all the data from the sales orders. This is the same you saw in the data sources list. So this table panels, it is kind of self-explanatory. You will get a list of tables. You can add more tables here. You can join them. I will go through it in the later part. Then columns and filters. So I will explain columns with the example. So the question we have is total sales by month. So I am interested in 2 columns. Somehow I have to get the month, and sales is the gross amount. So let me add the column. So once you add a column, you see this screen. So there is an aggregation type, but I will come to this later with an example. So for column, I will just select gross amount and add it. Simple. Uh, and I also needed month, right? So for month, there is a created by at field similar to ERPNext. You have posting date, so you can select some. Then date format is kind of self-explanatory. If you select this, you will get this format. I will select this and just reorganize to have date first and execute. So as you can see now, you have only 2 columns, created ad and gross amount. But this is in the form of day, like each date is a separate row. I want to combine all the January dates into one January row. So you use the aggregation type for it. So you edit the column, go to aggregation type and just group by it, and then set a label. Setting the label is important for now because you each column has to have unique label. And then you wanted to club them into month, so month date format, update. Then if you execute this, you will have all these values clubbed. Uh, in gross amount, this is not showing correctly because we haven't added all the January gross amounts. So I will just perform a sum operation on this. This will be total sales. So sum of gross amount, which is called total sales. Update and you get this. So now you have month-wise sales and you can check how much, but you can't, you don't have a very good visual representation. So let's switch to visualize to create a chart on top of the data. So here you have a bunch of options. These are just 6 of them implemented right now. We will be having a lot more in future. So for this, line chart makes sense. So I will select the line chart. Once you select, you will get a lot of options for that chart only. So specific to that chart. If you select pi, there will be different options. So dimension and measures, these are like X and kind of X and Y axis. So this is the X. You have to have month-wise total sales. So you just select this and you get a auto-generated chart. You can enable these options to just see these enable the data points you have, and you can also add a reference line. So these are just some of the options we needed in our charts. Uh, the more you, the more we need or community needs, we will be adding more of them. So this is a basic chart. I will just save this. Okay, so this completes our cycle. Uh, there are other options like download. You can download the chart and send it. It will download into the PNG file and you can share it. Then add to dashboard just redirects you to a list of dashboard. You can select a dashboard. It will add the chart to that. We will come to this later after creating one more query and then we will create a dashboard. So yeah, so this was a simple one. Let's uh, create a complex query involving like all the features we have. It might be overwhelming, but let's see. So before we do that, let me explain the structure again. Like there is a category which has a lot of products per category, and then those products are linked to sales orders, like sales order item, just like ERPNext, you have sales order items and then item code. So that is the kind of structure we have. So the query, the question I want to answer is I want to check if what is the performance of each category over month. Like in January 2018, how did each category performed? Like which was the top 3 performing categories, category of products. So in this query, we will need to join a lot of tables. Uh, I think 3. So first we will start with sales orders. So category wise sales over time. The sales orders, I have selected this. Uh, so next thing I need is the product. Like in this sales order, what product we saw, but we don't have that information. That information is stored in sales order item. So sales order contains a lot of sales order items. So we will have to join them. Uh, SQL users might be familiar with this. So you just select the sales order items as this, and you will get a uh, link between those. So this sales order ID is coming from this and sales order from there. If you join and execute, you will have the list of products here. Like you have now product quantity and gross amount. But I need the category. But category is in the product table. So I will add this sales order items and then select the products first, and then that way I can get category. Uh, again, so if you have noticed, if I've clicked, once I click this button, I only get these three options. This is because to prevent users from adding invalid tables, like wrong tables. They shouldn't be adding any other than what tables are here. Like you should only be able to join whatever you have already selected. So once you add a new uh, product, you can join any other with products. So any other tables with this. So now product, so I have to get the category. So category equals to category, execute. Now select whatever you need. First is I need month. So created at. I can take this as month. Then I need category. Category. So the description is stored in short description column of product category text table. So the last table we just selected. Uh, and then I will select from gross amount. So gross amount is from sales order and items, but I want item wise sale gross amount. So I will select the item gross amount. If you execute, you get these three, but there are like multiple of them. So you want to group it and group by this. So you will just group by, give it a label month, uh, group by, not column, short description, uh, category, and then sum of all the digits, just similar to what we have done in the previous very sales. So now you have a bunch of categories for this month and they are total. But this is a now if you are aware of the pivot transform in Excel, this is the similar like typical case for a pivot transformation. So you can do it here as well. So just go to menu options and click pivot and select the column you want to pivot on. I will select category in this case, and then month and sales. So this, what this will do is all the values of category will appear as a columns. So BMX and all these are here. So what this now if you go on visualizing, you will now you can answer the question like which category has the highest number of sales in Jan 18. If you plot them, it will be a lot easier to see. So line chart again, or let's take bar chart. I don't know. Month and dimension, and then all these categories. It doesn't look good, so we can stack values and rotate this. So yeah, I think the pink one, whatever it is, the e-bike is doing very well all like in all of the months. So that's how you can do, like you can build a complex query. So this complexity involved joins. There are a lot of other things as well, like expressions and stuff, but that will be too much for the introduction or preview of insights. But yeah. So now let's move on to dashboard. I will add this to, let's say, demo dashboard, and then switch to dashboard. Demo. So if you scroll through, these are the pre-created charts I created them beforehand, and the newly added one is here. To make this look pretty, you can drag and drop and say. Uh, so yes, um, so dashboard has like there. This is like you can consider this as an incomplete feature right now, but there will be a lot in dashboard like filters and uh, uh, user-wise dashboard. Like you should only be able to see your uh, own created dashboard, permissions, etc. Uh, what else can I? Yeah, so add there is an option to add a chart, and then you can select any of them. Filters. So filters are, I would say that it is kind of incomplete right now because I am trying to refactor it to make it even more simple. Then there is text. You can add markdown text here. Uh, okay. Hmm. I think that concludes the demo. We can take the questions after. So yeah, let's go over the summary. So yeah, Insights have a powerful query builder. These are some things that I haven't shown in the demo. Like you can select, you can write expressions and you get autocomplete on the fly. If you see these are the complex reports we had made in our Insights instance. You can check the generated SQL. It is like uh, mm, and customizable charts. Like there are a lot of options as you have seen the dashboard, the pre-made dashboard I had shown. Uh, Another unique feature is that you can analyze multiple sites, data sources, databases on one instance. So this is an example. We are like uh, consolidating all the app installs into our Insights instance. So this is done using a query store feature. Basically, what it is a internal database which Insights uses, where you can save the queries from different data sources and uh, uh, then combine them into one. Uh, the dynamic dashboard, like uh, you, there will be user-wise. There are user-wise there is a concept of user-wise filters and global filters, like for managers and um, managers, they can use the global filters, set up dashboards for each employee, and then each employee can use the user-wise filters, etc. Yeah, let's go over to the installation. Right now, the easiest way to install Insights is to use a Frappe Cloud instance, and you will be up in few minutes. Even if you have like an ERPNext instance running on V14 of ERPNext, then you can install it right away into the site as itself. So integration with ERPNext is also very easy. Like we made sure to make this part easier. If you have it on Frappe Cloud, you can just follow the a guide which I have written in the documentation. Uh, it goes step by step what where you can get the credentials and how you can add the database into Insights. So yeah, the current status. Frappe Insights is still in beta right now. There are a lot of incomplete features, but we are using it in our internal analysis as our internal analysis tool. We have a lot of queries, and uh, each department has their own dashboard. It helps with our ISO objectives as well, tracking them. Uh, for example, we have a customer renewal dashboard, and this is made for a success manager. Like you can go to this, put in your name, select yourself as a success manager, and you will see all the upcoming renewals and how much. the renewals are done, and then what is expected pending ones. You also get a lot of information like who all have churned in the previous months, etc. So plans, there are a huge list of features I am going to develop. You can track them on issues, GitHub page, your issue tab. Mm, there is, yeah, that's it. I know. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to go into issues and put them down. Yeah, that's it. That's conclude my presentation.
Thank you, Sakit, for the amazing presentation. So we'll open the floor for all the questions. Just give me a second. Yeah, so we have some questions in the chat. Sakit, if you can start with them, or others, you all can feel free to unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Mhm. Okay, I will start with the first one from Mochai. Taxes for a sales order. Let's say you have a child table of multiple rows of taxes for a sales order. It is possible to transport each rows into columns. I'm not sure what you mean by, so transpose is similar to pivot. If I'm not wrong, like, do you want to perform a pivot operation? Yeah. Uh, okay. Sorry, I didn't get your question, Mucha. If you can explain it again, I will move on to next. By when do we expect the SQL query support as in create reports? Yeah, so SQL Builder will be there soon. I'm trying to uh, implement the visual SQL Builder first because people don't know SQL uh, in our companies. Can we? Third question is from Chandru. Can we install insights with V? No, V13 is not supported right now because there are some specific V14 features used for caching and stuff. Uh, Support for Postgres, yes, there is a plan. It uses SQL Alchemy, so it is uh, easier. I won't say easier, but it is possible, and we will be getting Postgres support. So uh, ERPNext user role have any mapping with Frappe-Insights? Right now, it doesn't. Um, I think you are referring to like if sales user has access to only sales orders, then he should be able to only make sales order reports. That is not there yet. First, I want to implement a generate permissions in Insights, and then later on, the user roles from ERPNext can be migrated into Insights. Are you planning to support SQL Server queries? I think SQL Server queries, those are also kind of possible because internally it uses SQL Alchemy. So I think if there is a dialect for it, then that can be also integrated. Can we connect database from other servers? Yes, you can. You can connect as many. Right now, it only supports MariaDB, MySQL. These are the only two, and SQLite, but that is only used for CSV imports. But right now, this supports two databases. Can I run multiple dashboards for different users? Uh, I think you mean multiple dashboards specific to multiple users. Are you talking about permissions? I didn't get. Manish asks, we want a package or paid channel partners for ERPNext implementation. Mm, I didn't get this question. Uh, Learning full-fledged mode. Sorry, I didn't get this. Is there any heat map available? Right now there isn't, but it can be done because Frappe charts library has it. Is it possible to query one report from two
No.
separate databases? Right now, you can't create, like you can do it, but you will have to create two separate queries for each database and then merge them into one. So you can do it.
Can you further,
Is it a
sir?
must? Okay, go on, Manish.
Yeah. So we wanted a third party who will help us. We are already a user, and we want a third party or any other person who will help in integrating the ERPNext and also full-fledged BOM. Like we are a manufacturer as well as exporter as well as a repacker, everything. So in that, sir, hello, hi, I'm Nilesh,
Hmm.
my colleague. Basically, we are using stock entry manufacturing model, but that we want to automate through BOM.
I think this doesn't concern, this is not a concern of Frappe Insights. I mean, can you do that in data analysis tools? I didn't get the question again.
Means
This is more of like a ERPNext implementation problem.
yeah. So for implementation, we want your channel partners who can help us personally. Means by video conferencing or by visiting our office or we meeting them somewhere. Basically, to learn ERP at an advanced stage. Matlab, all functions we should understand and implement.
Mm, Again, I'm sorry, but I don't think so. I can answer this. I am not the right person you should be asking this.
No, no, I am not asking you, sir. Means, can you share us some contact number or some link to whom we can contact? I mean, I hear you have got many channel partners now who are helping others to solve ERP issues. Not issues, advanced learning, customized learning.
There is an ERPNext, this public group. You can post your queries there. I think they, there might be people.
Where is that public group?
Uh,
I mean, I am just unaware of it.
The Frappe-Insights public group. I'll post a link in the chat. Just give me a moment.
Okay,
no,
okay,
no,
thank
the ERPNext public
I'll
group.
post all the links.
ERPNext. Yeah. Okay, where did I stop? The Is it a must to install insights on same host as ERPNext? No, it is not. Your ERPNext site can be on different server, and insights can be on different. You just need the credentials to your database. Could you please show a demo of expression function? So I can, but I think I should write docs for it first. I think then I can forward it for everyone to see. Expressions are kind of complex, so oh, hmm, I think that concludes. So how to access the database if the credentials of the account is created in Frappe Cloud? I have written a guide. I will forward it in the Frappe Insights public group. I might do it here as well. But yeah, you can follow the guide and install, sorry, get the credentials of your Frappe cloud instance. Mm, I think there are no other questions.
Final call for any questions. Y'all can unmute and ask me.
Yes, you can use Insights without ERPNext. There is no dependencies between ERPNext and Insights.
All right, then, Saket, you want to wrap it up?
Sorry, your voice is so muffled.
Should we wrap up?
Yeah, I think no one has any questions. So
All right. Thank you everyone for joining. We will be sharing the video on YouTube and we'll post it out as usual. Thanks again. See you at the next webinar.
yeah, thanks.
Recording stopped.